In Kenya, thousands of families face a quiet crisis, a disease that erases names, faces, and stories. This is Alzheimer's disease, and according to Dr. Magada, Alzheimer's is at times mistaken for dementia. But how do they differ?
Alzheimer's disease is part of a group of diseases that cause what we call dementia. Dementia is defined as a progressive decline in cognitive abilities. When we talk about cognitive abilities, we are saying reduction in ability to learn, loss of memory, altered behavior. And so dementia then encompasses many other diseases apart from Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is part of what we call primary dementia. Other types include vascular dementias, and it's important that we differentiate because there are also some dementias that are caused by reversible causes, for example, depression. Thyroid disorders can give memory issues. Now, Alzheimer's, in Alzheimer's, there is a part of the brain that controls learning that is usually affected, the hippocampus. It's a part of the brain. So it gets affected, and then you get, the people start declining in their ability to remember things, especially recent memory. They can remember remote memory, the long-term things, things that were done long ago, but they can't remember the immediate things. And that therefore means learning becomes an issue.
Alzheimer's, in often cases, is mistaken for normal aging. However, it affects over 50,000 Kenyans, mostly those over 60 years, but awareness is low. It steals the past, but love, patience, and understanding can protect the present. Alzheimer's is accompanied by various symptoms.
You get loss of memory, especially recent memory. You'll find that they may not remember where they have kept their phones or their money. You find some bit of change in behavior. And then some become aggressive. You get people forgetting the names of others or who they are, yet they're part of the family. So mainly it's the issue of memory, but you get impaired learning as well. And also, like I said, change in behavior. And this progresses from early signs, and it keeps going to a situation where now they are not even able to, if they get out of the compound, they will not know how to get back. So they are sort of limited to certain levels.
In Kenyan communities, Alzheimer's is often misunderstood. Some call it madness, others think it's a curse. And the progressive brain disorder sadly not only affects thinking, but it also triggers behavior change which could cause trauma. The question is, what are the risk factors of Alzheimer's?
Age and genetics. It's a progressive disease. And because it's a progressive disease, sometimes there may be very little that can be done. However, there are certain factors that could sort of precipitate it. We've had, from experience, patients who, when they are given certain drugs, for example, sedatives, or drugs to alter their behavior, antipsychotics, then the symptoms are triggered. So usually we have to look around nutrition, we have to look around factors that would alter their mood, causing depression. We have to look around drugs that they could be taking. We have to look around the underlying comorbidities, underlying the diseases, for example, diabetes, hypertension. We have to look around all those to make sure they are well taken care of, because they pose a risk in precipitating memory disturbances in a patient who is already genetically predisposed or age-wise predisposed.
While there is no cure for Alzheimer's, early diagnosis and compassionate care can make a difference. But what is the treatment plan for Alzheimer's?
Some of the treatments that we employ are treatments that improve nerve function. If, for example, there is underlying stroke, we give treatments that would prevent further deterioration in nerve damage. If we are suspecting vitamin deficiencies, we give treatments that sort of supplements that improve the brain function. We have some newer treatments in the area of what we call immunotherapy. And those are the treatments that seem to be having some impact, although we are yet to assess whether it's major impact or not.
Despite the efforts to fight against this disease in the country and around the globe, the medical field still faces various setbacks and limitations of current treatment plans.
The newer treatments are expensive. Alzheimer's or dementia generally is a disease that is handled mainly at a specialty level by neurologists, sometimes psychologists, psychiatrists. And so some of these, getting access to a neurologist, we don't have very many in the country, so that's one more limitation. And the ones we have, of course, are quite booked, so by the time you get a slot, it might take a while.
Alzheimer's does not just affect the elderly. It affects entire families, but how can we help in preventing it?
Prevention is key in Alzheimer's. And some of the areas of prevention or areas that would help to prevent is making sure that your head is protected, especially after a certain age. After 60 years of age, I think people should be careful so that they don't bang their heads left, right, and center. Because head injury can, predispose to that kind of a situation. We also advise that now we have a lot of biking, piki, boda. Yes. We advise that people should have helmets on to prevent head injury. And then, of course, a healthy diet, exercise. These are very important approaches in trying to reduce early onset dementia. Exercise, and then keep your brain active. I think people need to go to school even at the age of 60 and on.
Patients with Alzheimer's require a lot of attention and activities done for them. For example, bathing, entertainment, and sometimes even feeding, which in some cases could cause a toll on caregivers. But despite all that, learn the science, seek help, and most importantly, break the stigma.